What is up, guys? It's Swimmer here, back again with some more Go Battle League action in the Love Cup this time. These battles are from a couple days ago. I did them right when the Love Cup came out. I just haven't had a chance to record since then. But it's going to be using basically my first attempt at a team that I thought would probably do reasonably well, and that is Alomomola with Double Charmers. Um, you guys know if you watched that preview video that I think that fast move pressure is going to be very strong and very important in this cup, and you certainly get that with Waterfall and Double Charmers. The basic idea here is that pretty much all the things that the Charmers are weak to, the fire types being the most common, and then the poison types like Scolipede, um, oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank on the other poison types. But Scolipede, and then the steel types, Sizor and Wormadam, all lose to Alomomola. So you draw it out with the Charmer, and then take out that counter, and then your Charmer in the back does reasonably well. The one exception to that is Vileplume with Razor Leaf. If you see a Vileplume with this team, you just lose. You have absolutely no counterplay, and honestly, you may as well surrender because there's basically nothing they can do. If you're really lucky, maybe you can charm down the Vileplume, or you know, if they don't have it on the lead, maybe you have a Ice Beam stored up on the Wigglytuff, and for whatever reason, shields are down. But you're almost certainly going to lose if you run into a Vileplume. But let's go ahead and get right into the video. So I have tried another team since then, Wormadam, Alomomola, and Medicham, which I also really liked and actually did even better with, but hopefully I can have a video of that up fairly soon. Alomomola on the lead. This is a little bit awkward because you kind of need to stay in a little bit since both of your Charmers lose to Alomomola. So I'm going to swap in on the Psychic. I want to keep my Alomomola healthy, and they actually bring in their own Wigglytuff here, and unfortunately that extra Psychic damage is going to mean that I cannot get to a charge move, which puts me in a bit of a tough spot. So I'm going to come back in now with Alomomola and go straight for the Psychic here, hoping that they don't shield, to be honest. If they don't shield, then we're in a not too bad spot. They don't, unfortunately, does not quite KO. So we get one extra Waterfall in, which might actually help us out. They come back in with Alomomola, and we're going to be basically tying to this Psychic again. Yeah, we do CMP tie to this Psychic. I think I'm going to let it go. Alomomola is very bulky, so it can handle that well. They do get a Waterfall in, so I'm behind on energy now, which is not good for me. And honestly, I think it probably would have been better if I had shielded up that Psychic, because I know that the Alomomola is probably going to be pretty important. They are staying in here, so I'm going to shield up the Clefable. Psychic would deal a fair bit of damage, and we are going to be able to charm down, actually. So we're in a half-decent spot here, and it's a Medicham in the back, so we're looking very good now. Medicham is not going to appreciate these charms, and we're certainly going to be able to burn a shield with the Meteor Mash. At this point, this is likely just going to be a power-up punch or something. No, it's just an ice punch, but I still want to shield because the charm damage is going to be very useful here, and my opponent actually decides to surrender, recognizing that I was either going to be able to charm down or get to another Meteor Mash, and that's a good game. So, even though this team is very effective, it's not a very interesting team. It's very low skill. Because you're really just using fast move pressure. Deciding, making the right call on whether to bait or not is never a question. You just always go for the best charge move. Here we've got a Slowbro on the lead. Got to swap right away into Wigglytuff because we want to draw out that counter to the Charmer. They're actually staying in. So we're going to go ahead and shield up the Psychic here. We'll deal quite a lot of damage, and with a bit of luck, we'll be able to charm them all the way down. And we are actually able to charm down. I think they were just getting to charge move there, so that's quite good for us. We're going to go for a Play Rough on the Wigglytuff coming in. And if this is their best response to a Charmer, I'm in not a bad spot. So I'm going to go into my Alomomola here. And they're likely going to get to a charge move here. We're going to go ahead and shield, or at least we should shield. Yep, we do shield, and we should be able to take it out with a Psychic here fairly easily. Actually, it looks like we're going to swap into Clefable and just look to Charm down. Oh, we are going to try and Charm down. With a bit of luck, we'll be able to get to a Meteor Mash here. Yeah, we're going to get to a Meteor Mash here. This is going to burn the last shield, and then unfortunately, all the loaded energy that we've got on Alomomola is going to go to waste because we lose CMP. So I think this was a bit of a misplay. I should have thrown the Psychic probably at that Wigglytuff to take it out or burn the shield earlier. However, Alomomola the tank survives the Psychic with 1 HP and a Dream and is able to get off the Psychic to take out the Clefable. So able to come back. However, there I still think it was a misplay. I needed to throw the Psychic to take out the Clefable, or do something to make sure that I wasn't in a situation where all of that farm that I went for on the Alomomola could get eliminated by a charge move like that. All right, Wormadam on the lead. This is exactly where we want to see it, so we're going to go ahead and stay in this. We want to be getting this Wormadam out of here as quickly as we possibly can. We are going to shield this because I want to make sure that my Charmers do not face this at all. And they actually swap out into Seeking now, so we can go into Wigglytuff. We're going to store that energy. Having that Hydro Pump stored is going to be really big. We're not going to shield anything from this Seeking here. The Poison Jabs and Icy Winds are going to add up, but honestly, it's not too big a deal. We can tank it, and we've still got another Charmer in the back, so pretty happy with where we're at here. Going to come in with Alomomola and actually look to aggressively farm down, and we have so much energy on this Alomomola. So whatever is going to come in is not going to have a good time. It's going to be an Electrode coming in, so we're actually going to go straight for the Hydro Pump here. Probably should have shield baited, recognizing that they are almost certainly going to shield that. But we can swap into our Clefable now, and my opponent's definitely making a mistake here by staying in with the Electrode. They definitely don't want to be swapping into Wormadam. I actually managed to shield up a Hyper Beam there. I thought it was just going to be a Discharge, but that's very good for me. We're going to go ahead and go for a Meteor Mash. This is either going to take the shield or get them very low. We do get them very low, so that's great for us. And now they're in a tough spot because we can just come in. They've got to come in with an Electrode, and because they went for Hyper Beam, they've got to do 3 more Volt Switches here to get to the Discharge. It takes us out, but now they're energy dry, and 2 Waterfalls is going to take out the Electrode, and they actually go down with a shield there. So very good matchup for me. Very fortunate that they did not swap out of that Electrode into Clefable matchup right away. I think that ended up costing them the game. If they would have swapped into their Wormadam a little earlier, I think that they win that game. All right, getting into the next match here, we have Alomomola mirror matchup on the lead. This is a little bit awkward for us because, again, the Charmers do lose to Alomomola, so what we're going to do is try and swap in and catch a Psychic. We don't catch it, and a Scolipede comes out. That's not good at all for Wigglytuff. We're definitely going to lose this. With a bit of luck, we'll be able to make it to a charge move, but I'm not going to hold my breath, to be honest. They go for the X-Scissors, so it does not take us out, but they are able to Poison Jab down. And so we're just going to come in with Alomomola here and go straight for the Psychic. This is definitely going to KO, but it does mean that we're in a big energy deficit on the opposing Alomomola that's coming back in. So not looking great for us here because we are down basically a Psychic's worth of energy. The Psychic does not hurt too much, but we're going to swap into Clefable, hoping to take them out. Unfortunately, in addition to having a hard Charmer counter, they also have a Charmer themselves in the back, so we're not going to be able to take this matchup lightly. We can get the shield with the Clefable, and we can get a waterfall through, but we're going to have to shield up the Play Rough from the Alomomola here, and we can waterfall down, but we're still likely going to be behind on energy on this Alomomola. We can shield once here, and this is going to be very close. We did sneak in a waterfall there, but I think they're still too far ahead on energy. The Psychic here is going to get them fairly... No, they've got one more shield. We do get the Defense Fell, so if we can survive this Psychic and maybe get off our own Psychic here, then it's going to be really close, but we do not survive. So it ended up being fairly close there because we were just one waterfall away from the Psychic, and we did get the defense debuff, but my opponent's team there was just likely not one that I could beat with this lineup, at least not with without making a really nice play somewhere. Alright, getting into the next battle here. Should be the last one in the first set. Alomomola into Vileplume. So this is basically game over. I can swap into Wigglytuff. They swap into their own Wigglytuff. I mean, I may as well play it out, right? And just going to go ahead and go straight for a Play Rough here. They're probably going to shield, to be honest. They do end up shielding, yep. And then they're going to Charm down because they did get a Charm through on us. And then they're going to go ahead and throw the charge move. Probably, I mean, I don't know what my play was here. Maybe I should have tried to Charm down with the Wigglytuff and have an Ice Beam for the Vileplume, but they're just going to Razor Leaf me down. And then I can go into Clefable and, again, get Razor Leafed down. Yeah, like I said, if you see Vileplume, you're basically done. And then Heatmore in the back is also going to be a strong response to a Charmer, so we can just leave. So able to go 3 and 2 in that set, and again, that last battle there, if you see a Vileplume, you do not win. You cannot win against a Vileplume with this team. It's just immediately game over. So, getting into the next battle here. This next set, I think, is another pretty decent set. So, we've got Alomomola here into Magcargo. This is an amazing matchup. Magcargo is double weak to those waterfalls, and waterfall hits quite hard. Because we did get a one waterfall advantage, I'm going to go for the Psychic here and then swap out into a Charmer. We actually get the defense drop, which is pretty great for us. I am going to go ahead and shield this. This is definitely a questionable shield. I don't think I should have shielded that in hindsight because the Psychic isn't going to take me out and I know I can Charm down anyways. But I wanted to make sure that I maintained switch advantage and could get off a Play Rough onto the Magcargo. They don't shield, which is not surprising. It is resisted, and I've got a terrific counter for this Pokemon in the back. But we're actually able to get them very low, and they swap out into Scolipede. This is okay for us. We're actually going to stay in a little bit with our Alomomola, because Scolipede is quite squishy. They go for a Megahorn. And we're going to look to swap into the Clefable now, once we've gotten them fairly low, because I don't want to take a Megahorn on my Alomomola. I know it's the key to victory here, and I'm actually still going to be able to Charm them down because I got them low with Waterfall. And then at this point, it doesn't really matter what they hit me with. They hit me with a Stone Edge, which definitely hurts, but I know that Alomomola can take them out. They couldn't do back-to-back Stone Edges. Because it is 55 energy, so one waterfall is going to be able to take them out, and that's going to be the game. Yeah, So Clefable ended up just being a meat shield in that game, basically absorbing a Megahorn from the Scolipede. But Alomomola was really the key there. So we have Medicham on the lead. Alomomola has a reasonable matchup, but with two Charmers in the back, there's no reason to stay. So I'm going to go into Wigglytuff. They come in with Heatmore. So I think that this is probably going to be a power-up punch, and it is, so I correctly called a bait there. And then we're just able to get to a play rough here, but we actually CMP tie, and so I'm hoping this is another power-up punch, but they do go for the Thunder Punch there. So that's going to take us out. So not great. However, we can come in with a Alomomola and farm this down. 3 Waterfalls is going to take them out before they can get to another charge move, and then Medicham is going to come back in. I'm not going to shield up this charge move from the Medicham. It is just a power-up punch. It was a little quick to be anything too threatening. Going to go for the Psychic here, hoping to chip away at this Medicham. We are able to chip away, and we swap now into our Clefable, and they've got a Wigglytuff in the back. So this is looking pretty good for us because we're going to be able to get a Meteor Mash off and get their final shield. Unfortunately, a Charm does come through, but what's going to happen here is we're going to get 2 more Charms in, get them very low, and now our Alomomola can come in, shield the charge move from the Wigglytuff, farm down with Waterfall, and get closer to a charge move to threaten this Medicham. So they're out of shields here. Not going to shield this. I know it's just a power-up punch. It is... they are ramping up that counter damage, though, so I need to be careful here, and I do need to shield up this next one because it's going to start to threaten, even though it is a very weak move. We do have the Psychic. I was looking to go for the Hydro Pump here, but it's low enough that a Psychic will definitely KO, so we can land that and take out the Medicham, and that is going to be a good game. So Alomomola has really come up big in this cup. I think it is absolutely going to be the strongest Pokemon that most people have, and it's just so strong and has so much bulk. So we've got Wormadam on the lead. This is exactly where we want to see it. Slowbro comes in on the safe swap. We're going to go for as much charm damage as we can get here. They definitely overcharged to get to the Psychic, so we're going to shield up the Psychic to make sure that we maintain switch. And then what we're actually going to do is we're going to throw an Ice Beam here because I know that in a fresh fight, it's like Wigglytuff can barely charm down before Slowbro gets to a second move. So given that it was a swap in, I didn't think that I would be able to charm down, and I just wanted to make sure that I maintained switch. As it happens, they try and confusion down the Wigglytuff, which means I'm able to get to this Ice Beam and deal some nice chip damage there. And now we can come back in with Alomomola and look to Waterfall down. I don't need to shield up this charge move. It is a Bug Buzz, doesn't deal a ton of damage. We do get the Defense Fell, so we're going to swap out into the Clefable right away. Discharge coming through does a decent chunk of damage, but really what we have to do here with Clefable is get enough charm damage through that we're able to Waterfall down, and we're going to shield up this Discharge so that next charm goes through, and we're able to charm down the Electrode there, and we can actually charm down the Wormadam as well. So that's going to be a good game. Well played by my opponent there, but again, the fast move pressure of Charm is just too strong, and yeah, it's really tough. Unless you've got double counters for it in the back, it's going to be tough to overcome something like this. All right, Alomomola into Scrafty on the lead. Definitely going to swap out here. Scrafty actually has a positive matchup against Alomomola, even though it is fairly neutral, but with 2 Charmers in the back, there's no reason to stay. They come in with Wormadam, so this is exactly the goal of this team. We're not going to shield up the Iron Head, even though we could get to a play rough. I want to maintain shields for my Alomomola, and now we can come in and start to really deal some heavy waterfall damage. They are getting a charge move off here. Likely going to be a Bug Buzz, so I will go ahead and shield. And they do get the defense drop on us, which isn't great. So we're going to look to Waterfall down. We've got a ton of loaded energy now for the Scrafty likely coming back in. And we're just going to go straight for that Hydro Pump. I want to make sure that I get a shield here, and if they don't shield it, it's going to deal a ton of damage. We can swap now into our Clefable, reset the defense debuff, and it's an Alomomola of their own in the back. So this is going to be pretty challenging here, because Clefable does not have a positive matchup here, and they actually get the extra waterfall in, so that's not great for us. We're going to go ahead and shield up, or they're going to shield up the Psychic, and they're actually letting us get quite far ahead here on damage. They way overcharged the Psychic, so we can actually come in now and look to farm down with Waterfall and get a ton of energy on our Alomomola. So we're able to take out the opposing Alomomola. We're not in foul play range yet. This is going to get us low, but will not take us out. Foul play comes through, and then we can get to the Hydro Pump here. This Hydro Pump is definitely going to take out this Scrafty, and that's going to be a good game. I think that my opponent there needed to maintain a little bit more health on the Alomomola rather than really look to take a huge energy advantage, just because it let me get so much energy to put into that Scrafty without having to worry about throwing a charge move at it. It would have been a much tougher matchup for me if they'd thrown the Psychic a little earlier on Clefable. Alright, getting into the last battle of this set, I think. So far, 4-0 in this set, so pretty good, pretty pleased with that. And we're looking to get one more battle here. We have Alomomola into Delphox, so this is definitely where we want to see it. And they actually come into Wormadam, so this is tricky. We need to save Alomomola for the Delphox, but we also need to deal enough chip damage to this Wormadam that a Charmer can take it out. So we're going to shield up the Bug Buzz. I already know that Alomomola is going to be super key in this matchup, so I'm going to go straight for a Hydro Pump here, hoping that they don't shield. They do shield, so that's not great for us. We're going to look to swap into a Charmer probably here. Actually, no, what we're going to do is we're going to shield up. We're going to double shield the Alomomola, and we're actually going to Charm or Waterfall all the way down and come out with a ton of loaded energy. So we have a Hydro Pump stored now, and it is an opposing Alomomola coming in. Unfortunately, the switch clock is up, so we're basically just sacking one of these Charmers, hoping to get off as much damage as we can. This is probably going to be a Flame Charge, and I'm likely going to be able to get to... no, I can't get to a charge move. It's so close, but I can't quite get there. I've got to come into Alomomola now and look to Waterfall down. Again, probably should have thrown the Psychic there to take them out, because we are not going to... Oh, we actually do take them out, so we're going to go for the Hydro Pump here. Hydro Pump and a Psychic do pretty similar damage, even though the Hydro Pump is resisted. So we're just going to throw that, get as much damage as we can, but we're not looking great here, because I don't think that we're going to be able to Charm down in time. I think they're going to be able to get off their own Hydro Pump here and take us out. If they throw the Psychic, we win. If they throw the Hydro Pump, we lose. They do go for the Hydro Pump. Really well played by my opponent there. Definitely tricky when they... your Alomomola needs to take out the lead Pokemon, and then they swap in something else that your Alomomola also needs to take out. You end up having to definitely sack one of the Charmers, and then just hope that your Charmer can beat whatever their Pokemon in the back is. Unfortunately, with their Pokemon in the back, there being another Alomomola, which is, again, something that does quite well against a Charmer. The Charmers were basically useless in that fight. So, very well played by my opponent. A tough team comp for me to face off against, but they definitely played that more or less perfectly, and it was still a pretty close match. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you guys next time, and yeah, hope that you guys are having a good Love Cup.